Hello and welcome back to episode 13 of Unknown to World Known Club 2. We're back for the Europa Conference League knockout rounds, and the first leg was a bit of a thriller. So just before we go too far into the episode, a little bit of transfer news to run through with you. We've got rid of quite a few guys. Andreas Hanson was one of the first ones to go after we didn't win the title and secure Champions League football. We kind of made that promise to him partway through the season. We failed it and he wanted to leave. We got £1 million for him though, which was quite nice for a club of our level. Outside of that, we loaned a few guys out. Brandhoff has gone out for free. We sold Tobias Heinz for 450,000 to KV Mechelen, just because we kind of bought in players who I thought were better suited. Lundholm and Adrian have both gone as well. But as for the incoming players, we've got Krausch, who's come in as a secondary left back. He's going to be able to rotate with Calero. That's something we have really had the option to do at all. Then we bought in Dirk Abels on a full-term contract after we had him on loan last season. Next up, we bought in Ivan Calero, who can play right back, anywhere up the right wing, anywhere up the left wing. So he's a great rotation option, and also he's probably already our best right back. So Dirk is kind of in rotation with him. Then we brought in a couple of goalkeepers. First of all, Tom Negrel, more of a youth prospect who looks like he's going to come good in the future. And then Branderhorst came in as well, who's more of an experienced head. So we'll hopefully oversee a change from Branderhorst to Negrel over the coming years. Obviously, I don't know how long we're going to be here. I want the Swedish title now. We've come that close. We did apply for the Copenhagen job because I thought that was one of the few teams that would be a step up, but they gave us an interview but rejected us after the interview. And the final player we've brought in was Noah Shahum, who's come in as a guy who could play in the number 10 role, play in central midfield. He's a young guy, he's going to get better. Brought him in from Malmo as well. Obviously, the team that almost won the title last year. So a little bit of signing somebody coming from a team from the top, and hopefully he'll be able to contribute nicely for us. A little bit of a touch on how we've started the Swedish Cup. We got a 2-1 win against Malmsby and then a 2-1 win against Lungskill as well. So we've got Gaze in the final game of the group stage. At the moment, as long as we avoid defeat, we're going through to the next round. And then hopefully we can, maybe win a second Swedish Cup. That would be quite nice. And then onto the Europa Conference League. First knockout round, first leg, was a 3-3 draw with Astana. In the first half, we were 3-0 down. Everything had gone wrong, and I was thinking, I came into this confident, and we've been absolutely smashed. Second half, we made a few changes. We got back to 3-3 ahead of the second leg. Now, ideally, at this point, we would have liked away goals to be a thing. They're not a thing anymore. So we need to just win on the night, unfortunately. But that second half performance has given me the confidence to believe that this team can pick up the win against Astana. I think we got quite lucky with the draw anyway, because when you look at some of the teams we could have got, Napoli are one of the teams that are in this at the moment. That would not have gone well for us. CSKA Moscow. There's a lot of good teams in this stage. And then at the next stage, it's going to get even worse. But hopefully we can pick up a win against Astana, go through to the next round, and see how far we can ride this bit of luck. Maybe we get to the next round and draw Molde, where we've got a chance of competing against them. Maybe we get to the next round and get thrashed by Napoli. Who knows? Let's go and find out. And the lineup for the game against Astana, we've got Negrel in goal because Branderhorst can't be registered for this tournament. Calero, Hamar, Hanson and Calero as the back four. Then Lofvis, Olsen and Egnell in front. Plana, Martez on either wing, and Muziolik as the main man up front. Williams with a free kick, but Balbuena hits the bar. Calero with a long throw from the left-hand side, gets it to Muziolik, who heads in at the near post. We lead 1-0 on the night, 4-3 on aggregate now. And hopefully that is a sign of things to come, because we've got an early goal, 20 minutes gone. If we can grab a second, I'd say it might be game over, but on the flip side, we know what happened in the first leg, so it wouldn't be game over. But it's a good position to be in. However, we're straight back in with another highlight as Williams throws it in. Voca on the edge, shoots from range and finds the top corner. And before we can even really finish celebrating our goal, Astana have equalised to the point that I didn't even manage to, there's no cut between the goals. It's just me talking about 2 goals in one highlight, which isn't something we see very often. And unfortunately, one of them was Astana's. Next highlight starts with Calces throwing the ball into Hanson, and hopefully this is where we're going to come forward. We do through Martinez into the box. Egnell hits it straight at the keeper, and that was a great chance to go 2-1 up on the night and 5-4 up an aggregate. But Egnell kind of bottles it a little bit by hitting it straight at the keeper, and Hanson does well to prevent Koulibaly from getting in behind there and having a free run at Negrel in our goal. Hammer plays it out short to Loftus, and then Olsen to Calces on the left. Martinez, can he find a bit of space? He gets it inside to Olsen. Through towards Calces, he's got men in the box. Polana's at the far post, and it is 2-1 on the night. 5-4 on aggregate. We lead once again, and hopefully this time we don't get instantly pegged back, because it would be nice to, lead this tie for more than 1 minute. I'm not even convinced we did that with our goal initially. But now we're in the lead again, and hopefully it stays this way. Polana with a corner kick from the right-hand side gets it to the near post, but it's headed away. Calces collects it, and unlike what I would have done, didn't shoot. Calces takes it down the wing. Muziolik with the header, but it's actually intercepted, and Polana collects it at the far side of the pitch. Olsen back into Polana, and we are leading 3-1 on the night, 6-4 on aggregate. And now we've got a second half to go. We've got a 2-goal lead. We are looking good for the qualification. We just need to finish the job now, and hopefully we can do so. But we might have a tough few weeks with the Swedish Cup and the Europa Conference League going on. Half-time, we're leading 3-1 because I did the maths all wrong in my head. For some reason, I thought that goal just was 2-1. We're 3-1 in the lead, 6-4 on aggregate. I think that's why I've just put the 2 on our score instead of the, taking into account that it's a 2-goal lead. Ignore me. It's 3-1 on aggregate, and we're still looking good for the win despite that. Martinez collects the ball from Calces, and then Olsen inside to Loftus. We've got a bit of patient play here as we hold the ball at the back with Hammer. Hanson out to Calces and then forward to Martinez. He gets it inside to Olsen, who's got space to go into on the left-hand side. Can he get a cross in? He does. Polana nods it on, but clips the crossbar on its way over. Hammer headers the ball straight to Masonda, who plays it back to Williams. I believe quite a few of these players, I do recognise the names. Balbuena, Williams and Masonda in particular. Ball over the top towards Krunic. He's one-on-one with the keeper, kind of, but he's forced wide. Back to Pukki, and there's another one. Another name that we recognise from the Premier League, with Pukki finishing into the bottom corner. It's 6-5 now on aggregate. 3-2 on the night. And hopefully we've got enough about us to see this game out. But, this has been goals galore across both legs. Martinez now with a corner. Egnell sends it straight in. Muziolik. I thought that we were going to have a straight-up reply there. Couple of changes now with Abel's coming on for Calero, and we'll send Sonko on for Martinez on the left-hand side. He's one of our youth players. I believe I mentioned him a couple of days ago. And we're just starting to integrate him into the first-team football. And later on, we're going to bring Jokra on for Egnell, just because Egnell probably the one in midfield who's done the least in this game, I would say. And also he's quite tired, so just a bit of rotation there. And there we go. We've won 3-2 on the night, 6-5 on aggregate, and we find our way into the next round of the UEFA Conference League. I think we might be able to fit the draw on the end of this episode as well if we have a bit of luck. I believe it's probably going to be straight after this. You can see Midtjylland beating Molde in extra time, TSKA beating Club Bruges, Napoli edging through. I think there's some teams where we've got a chance against in this next round. And here we are for the Europa Conference League second knockout round draw. We're hoping just for somebody a bit further down the list. Maybe an Apoel, maybe maybe a Rubin or a Lugano. Utrecht wouldn't be horrendous. Villarreal would have been, however. Apoel, we take that. We don't get them though, so now we're left with we're out the hat next. Zenit, that's going to be a very tough tie for us. I think that might be the end of this European run, but hopefully we can at least give a good account of ourselves. We'll come back for those games unless we have the semi-final maybe as well in that episode. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment your prediction for our games against Zenit, home and away. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.